welcome to the Strength and Bloom channel. This is Strength for Life number 41. If you are watching this, it means that I am currently either just recovering from or currently having my wrist surgery. So thank you so much for tuning in and bearing with me today. We are going to be working through our regular session. So it's going to be a 35 to 40 minute session today. We're going to be working through a short warm up. Then we have the main part of the session. The main part of the session today is an 11-minute circuit that we're going to repeat through 3 times. Now, I know not all of you enjoy doing a repeated session. However, this is really great because it means that if you're short on time, you can just do 1, 2, or stay for the full 3 rounds, and then we will be finishing off with the cool down. It also means, by the way, with this circuit style session, that you can then have that confidence to add any additional weight or range of movement as you go along. So you're gonna need some weights for your session today. I've got you covered with the timer up here. Just follow along. Let's have a great time and increase that confidence as well as getting you nice and fit. Are you ready? We're gonna start with a quick warm up. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna tap the toe as we have a little march. So just tap and march, tap and march. I've got my watch set today for strength. So if you're using a fitness tracker to track your fitness, to track this workout, then get that set to strength. And then you know what you've done. You can write either Strength for Life number 41, or you can just write strength and conditioning, whatever you want, in however you track your fitness. Well done. It's quite nice to have a little measure sometimes, isn't it, of how you are tracking that fitness. So really good to have that noted down if you are that kind of person and get a kick out of doing that. Well done. Good job. Almost there. We're going to take a little squat down and then we're just going to reach up overhead, coming up onto your tiptoes if you can, but you might want to warm up into that. So at first you might just want to reach up, and then gradually, as you're feeling a little bit more flexible, warming up through those Achilles tendons and calves, all the way through the mid body and up into the arms, stretching and reaching, working on developing that squat depth as well, keeping the bottom pushed back nice and straight. Well done. Good job. One more. Fantastic work. Last little thing we're going to do here as our warm up is we're going to just step to the side, little twist over through that midsection, back to the center, step and twist, back up, step and twist. Well done. You know me, I love a little bit of sideways movement in my life. So here we are, just a little bit of sideways, and we get that nice little bit of rotation through your midsection as well. Good job. So remember, with rotation work, we're not looking for jerky movements, nice, smooth movements that you feel comfortable with through your range, being able to breathe, take a rest all the way through. Okay, we're gonna get started with this session. Now, I'm just gonna be using 1 set of weights today. I'm gonna be using my set of 3 kilos, which is usually my lighter set of weights, just because I've got this wrist injury. But if you are using more than 1 set of weights, I'd recommend you go for a light and a medium, or even a light, a medium, and a heavy today. But I'll let you know as we're going along with what we are doing. So let's get ourselves started with our lighter weights then. Palms facing out, weights are together, and we're gonna come up all the way up to the top and back down, drawing 2 little semicircles as we go all the way up, nice and controlled on the way back down. Well done. Keep those feet pushed into the floor, get that tummy engaged, really working on some core engagement. First exercise here, it's all to play for. We're gonna go through each exercise 3 times as we work through our circuit 3 times today. Well done, almost there. Keep it going. Breathe it through, really controlling that weight on the way down, making sure they're not clashing into each other as you work. Well done. Take a little rest. Pop the weights away just to the side, just outside of your floor space. We're going to work to a squat to floor. So again, we're just working on developing that range of the squat. We're going to work with our feet together, starting position, and we're going to step out to the side and drop down through the middle. Now, depending on where you are with your squat, you may be able to touch the floor totally, or you may be able to sort of reach down, touch around about mid-calf. You may be here at the knee. It doesn't matter your depth, okay? What matters is that you are challenging yourself, that you're working on developing that range. You're really working on planting that foot down, sitting into that squat, pushing that bottom back, keeping the tummy nice and tight, keeping the back straight and the chest open, head and neck are aligned. They are the things that matter. The depth here, okay, and where you touch down to is just an incidental, that's just an extra layer here, okay? That's just your marginal gain. Take a little rest. Well done. Okay, next up, we're gonna work through some V-walk. So really, again, working on the inner thigh here, standing towards the back of your workspace, feet quite narrow together. We're gonna be stepping out nice and wide, sitting down into it a little bit, and then coming back to that narrow position. Are you ready? Almost there. Let's go. So out, wide, back in, out and wide, back in. As you get more confident with this movement and that width, and you start to open up through those hips, you can sit down into it a little bit more. So down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. Good. And as you're stepping out, you're naturally turning the toes. Heel gets pushed into the ground. Toes are turning out. Good job. Tummy stays tight. You got it. Well done. Keep it going. Good job. And take your rest. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to go into a heavier weight now. If you are using a heavy weight, just the one, we're doing a deadlift, we're doing a suitcase deadlift. So where we would normally do a deadlift in front of our body, we're going to bring the weight to the side, just one weight. Use a medium or a heavy weight here. We're going to start with the weight in one hand. We're going to come into our deadlift position, so that hip hinge back, bring the weight down, coming up, switch over to the other side, coming down, up and switch. Now I find having a fingertip onto the temple of the non-working hand is really great here, because it just forces you to keep that back nice and straight as you're working through. Pay particular attention to that shoulder not going below the hip line. So coming down and up, back stays nice and straight, still staying really close to the body line as we come down, keeping those heels pushed into the floor. Take a little rest. Well done. We're going to come back to that 3 times. You've got loads more time to tackle that if you found that tricky, and it is tricky. So that's okay if you found it hard. It's okay to do hard things. We're going to go for our lateral raise with an isometric hold. Now this is hard. You ready? Light weights for this one. Bring both weights up to the side. One comes down, the other stays up. One down, the other up. A little bend in the elbow as we work here. And breathe it through. Keeping that arm in line with the shoulders. Okay, well done. If you break out into uncontrollable sweating in this exercise, don't worry, I am with you. It gives me so much panic sometimes, this exercise. I just know it's so tough. It's that isometric hold, the hold where you're just holding that weight up. Your muscles are neither contracting or lengthening, and it is a tough, tough gig. So just keep going. 2, 1, bring those weights down safely. Well done. Only twice more for that. You have got this. Keep those weights then. I'm going to stay with my lighter ones here. We're going to do a squat, and we're just going to swing those weights forward, hold, and come back into center. So it's going to look like this. And that pause at the bottom is something that I really want you to work on. So let's do this. That pause is important. If you find it really difficult with 2 weights, you can do it with 1. You can sit and push with 1, sit and push with 1. If you can manage to do it with 2, then do your best. But what I really want to see is bringing those weights back to the line, okay, to your body line, not swinging back behind you, okay? So in front, pause, come back up under control. Feet are firmly pushed into the ground, heels especially, really drive them into the ground. 2, 1, take a rest. What a great job. Well done. We're gonna come down into a staggered kneel now. If you don't do a staggered kneel normally, if you'd rather stay up on your feet, then please just stay standing for this one. Palms are facing you, elbows are bent, and we're gonna rotate out and push up overhead, working through our Arnold press here. Well done. So here, working on the whole shoulder complex, as well as into the core in this staggered position. creating that instability, which really gets the core fired up. Well done. So just working overhead, keeping the jaw nice and relaxed, not clenching through the teeth. Okay, that's a real big one. I know that for some of you, you are clenchers. You don't want to be clenching through those teeth. Keep the jaw nice and relaxed. Give me a smile, not a grimace. Good job. Take a little rest. Well done. Okay, I'm going to move those weights out of the way and we're going to lie down onto your back. Actually, we do need the weights. Don't put them out of the way. Keep them with you. Keep the weights with you. You're going to lie onto your back. I'm going to show you a variation for this one. Weights just come up overhead. Okay, so just overhead here. Legs are up, bent position. We're just going to tap, 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 tap with those heels, holding the weights up overhead. If you are a exerciser who does not like to get down to the mat, you can work with one weight here and you can just hold the weight as you tap, 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 tap. From a seated position, you can even do it just from a totally upright position here if you want to, okay? So work to your level, as always. So important, you do you. So just tapping those heels down. If you're lying, if you're in a seated position, it's easier to tap down the toe, but just keep that weight up in front. Take a little rest, well done. We're just gonna turn the hands here and we're gonna work to a weighted dead bug, which I know many of you have grown to love over the months and years. So all fours position, but upside down. We've got our overhand grasp, so I've got my palms facing my knees. We're gonna stretch out with one side, back to the center, stretch out with the other, back to the center. Now, doing a dead bug with a weight is tough, it's challenging, okay? You can do it without a weight if you prefer, and if you are a standing exerciser, then you can add a weight or not, and you can work opposite hand to knee, and then just switch over at half time, okay? So you just work through your level. By the second and third round, you'll know exactly what you're doing, you'll know where your level is, and you'll feel good about that. If you're struggling onto the mat, stretching out the arm and leg, then feel free to bend the knee. Take a little rest. Well done. Really good job. We're gonna come back up to our feet and we're gonna work into a squat with a hammer curl and an overhead press. 3 exercises in one. Weights come in between. We're gonna sit into that squat. We're gonna come up, hammer to the shoulder, push up overhead, back down, and again. So down here, I've got the toes just slightly turned out, just to give myself enough room through the middle of the legs as I come down, up, hammer, push. Now, of course, I'm doing this with my lighter weights, but normally I'd at least be doing these with my medium weights here. Feeling by around about now that it feels hard, that each time I'm pushing those weights up, that it's becoming tricky, feels challenging, but you can just manage it. Well done, good job. That's how you know you're at the right level. That's how you know that you are feeling it in the right way. Last exercise before we go through again, and we're gonna do a reverse lunge or a step back with a front raise. So we're gonna step back or reverse lunge, front raise. So this time I've got my palms facing the ground as I bring the weights up and back down. Where you are on that reverse lunge or step back, again, very individual. You may be here, you may be all the way down to the ground here, you may be just stepping back here. Whatever it is, whatever your level, you're making sure that those weights are not being swung, okay? They're not controlling you, you are controlling them, and that you're really keeping it nice and slow. Good job. Well done. Take a rest. Fantastic. Okay, second time through. So if you've managed this first bit of the workout with me and you thought, okay, I can do that again. It's not as bad as I thought. I can do it again. Let's do it again. Let's go. While the getting is good. Palms facing out. Weights are together. Hold into that core. Let's do this all the way up to the top and back down again. Good. Top and back down. Nice and controlled. Again, nice and relaxed through the neck and jaw. Really feeling that you are in control here. Pushing those feet into the floor, heels driven deep, deep into the mat. Tummy switched on. Eye gaze focused onto whatever your focal point is. That smudge on the wall that you keep meaning to clean off. Take a rest. You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna work next into that squat to floor. And this is gonna be a little welcome reprieve from all this weighted work. So we're gonna start with the feet together as always for this exercise. Again, making sure we're working on a squat, not a lateral lunge. So to squat, we're coming out, dropping down through the middle, coming back in. Lateral lunge would be coming out and over, okay? So really working on out and down, out and down. Chest open, feet pushed into the floor. I know I go on about that all the time. But it's so, so important to make sure that you can really ground yourself with those feet, okay? And I know that the feet are probably one of the least glamorous parts of the body. Oh God, not the feet. I'm so pleased we're out of summer season. I get my feet all nicely packaged away again. But you know, it's so important to have a good, strong foundation in those feet. Take a little rest, okay? So really do work on those feet, push them into the floor, getting that core switched on, foot and ankle strength, so, so, so important. Okay, V-walks are next. The back of your workspace, feet are in a narrow position, out, out, in. Are you ready? Let's do this. Out, out, in, out, out, in. Okay, good. And you can sit down as much as you want to in this exercise. So you may just want to be here, 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 here. That's absolutely fine for me if that's where you are. Otherwise, if you're all the way down here, just take the time to get into position and out. Okay, so if you're more upright, you're going to be able to go a little quicker, so you don't have as far to go. But if you're quite far down, just give yourself the extra time to get into that position. Okay? Okay, good. Good job. 2, 1, take a rest. Fantastic. Let's work through that single arm suitcase deadlift again. So here, hip hinge. Push those hips back, little bend in the knee. We're not working on a squat, okay? Deadlift. 2 different moves. Weight into one hand, fingertips onto the temples of the other. We're gonna sit down into that deadlift, coming up, finish the move and switch sides. Down, up, switch sides. So really working on pushing that bottom back. You should be feeling it here in the back of the legs, back of the upper legs, okay? Really driving those heels into the ground. If the toes come up slightly, don't worry, but really push those heels down, okay? Reinforce the message that you want that posterior chain, the back of your body, to be working super hard here. 2, 1, sensational work. You are doing so well today. We're gonna do that lateral raise with the isometric hold here. I'm actually just gonna grab my slightly lighter ones for this because my wrist had a little complaint about the last time. I don't want to do any additional damage. So let's go down and up, down and up. And I would encourage you to absolutely do the same, by the way. So if you have a little niggle and you think, do you know what, I should be able to do this absolutely fine, those weights, they're not that heavy, they're completely fine, I can usually manage that. And your body is sending you a really clear signal to say, nah, I don't think so, actually. You think you know best, but actually I know best. Listen to your body, okay? If your body is saying, no, thank you, not today, please listen to it. You do not want to do any additional damage, okay? Especially if you just have a strain or just a little niggle. Please don't make it any worse. Listen to your body. Well done. Take a rest. Fantastic. Okay, let's do that squat with a swing next up. So holding those weights. Nice deep breath to prepare, get yourself ready, get yourself in the right headspace. You're gonna sit into that squat, you're gonna push forwards, and then you're gonna drive back up. Are you ready? Let's go. Down and up, down and up. Good. Working hard here. Really sitting back into it. Good. Making sure that those weights are not coming behind you and then you're swinging and then you're coming backwards and forwards here. That's really not gonna do what we want it to do. Okay, it's not gonna give you the control that you are after. It might make it feel a little easier, of course, but you're not gonna be engaging the muscles and you're gonna put yourself at bigger risk of injury. Take a rest. And we don't want that, okay? I don't want that for you. You don't want that for you. So let's not do that, okay? Let's not do that. Let's go back to our staggered Arnold press then. This is our gateway to getting down to the mat. So here we go. I'm gonna switch knees. I'm gonna be staggered on this time, purely just because I've got 2 legs, so might as well. We're gonna work for that Arnold press. So pushing up and coming back down. Because we're working for 3 rounds today, you will be working on one side twice for this staggered kneel, but that's okay. The core is still getting a really good workout. If they don't need to be exactly matched, or if you'd like to do a 4th round, then be my guest. Feel free. I'm not gonna do it with you though, if that's okay. I'm just gonna work hard for the 3 rounds. Good job. Well done. Take a little rest. Fantastic. Okay, let's get down and let's do our lying heel taps with that overhead carry. Okay, remember you've got your raised surface if you want to do that there. You can also do this from standing. You're just going to tap those heels or tap the toes just like we did right at the beginning. Let's get ourselves going. Good. Tap, 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 tap. Now if you want to make this a little harder, you can stretch those legs out, lengthen the levers and work more on an alternate leg raise here. So instead of working on a little tap with a bent knee, lengthening the levers, lengthening the legs, and all of a sudden it feels a little harder. Try and keep those weights nice and still so the weights aren't jiggling around too much, okay? Weights are nice and still. Good job. Keep it going. 2, 1. Take a little pause here, and we're gonna do that weighted dead bug one more time before we come back up to our feet. So trying to keep your back pushed into the floor here. These last 2 exercises, the one that we just did and this one, are just really, really great for core stability and control. Let's go again. Let's work here. Okay, with the weights here, it adds the extra element into the arms. So much going on here in terms of coordination. You've got that core control, obviously. So you're not just working your muscles, you're working your brain with that coordination. Good job. You're working through control, keeping those movements slow and smooth, bringing the hands up exactly where they need to be each time, bringing the leg down where it needs to be each time. Okay, if you can manage to do that, that's a really, really great job. Take a little rest, well done. Let's come back up to your feet then and work into the squat, to the hammer, to the overhead press. So this is where we're working down through the middle, so you need a nice little wide base to get down through your legs. Are you ready? Ready and steady to go. Let's go. So we're gonna hammer up to the shoulder, push up overhead, coming back down. And this is where normally I would use my medium weight. So make sure that you are on the right weight for you here. Breathe it through, pushing up overhead, coming back down. Well done. Down, really sitting into those heels, sitting into your bottom, pushing back through the wall behind you. Well done. Good job. And the reason I place so much emphasis onto the heels is it stops you tipping forwards and working through the knee joint. Take a rest, which is what I've just seen so many people do over the years of working with clients. It's just people not engaging through the heels and coming forwards and putting so much pressure through those knee joints and then saying, I've got sore knees. Well, you can help yourself with that by really pushing into those heels and push all of that weight behind. Get those big muscles. Get those big muscles that are meant to do that job of stabilizing you. Get them to pull their weight. Lazy, lazy glutes. Get those glutes to work, okay? So doing our reverse lunge here, or step back with the front raise. Good job. Now I've just reverted back to my slightly lighter weights here again. So if I was doing this normally, I'd use my light weights here, whereas I would have used my medium weights on the last one. So just make the adjustments, make the amendments that you need to make. We're almost there. Take a little rest. Well done. Okay, one more round. If you've been with me for 2 and you've got one more to do and you've got the time, then there's really no reason why you need to abandon me right now. Stay with me, stay with me. Okay, let's get this done. Let's get this done with those arm arcs. I'm gonna stay on the lights. Palms out, let's go. I feel like being so close to surgery day, I do not want to jinx it. Last time I didn't even make it to the hospital because they cancelled it. So this time I'm really holding out that when I get there, they can actually fix it. So I'm staying on the lights for this last round. Good job. Well done. All the way up to the top, all the way down to the bottom, nice and controlled as you work. Brilliant. Keep it going. Keep that breath going as well. Keep those feet pushed into the floor, tummy is engaged. Brilliant. Almost there. Take a rest. Fantastic work. Squat to floor is next, and we're going to be working again, making sure that we're working exactly where we want to work. So not just sort of being a passenger in your own journey here, really being the driver, really having the control, making your body work the way you want to make it work. Are you ready? Feet together. Let's go. Down through the center, down and through the center. Good. So you can speed this up. If you want to make this more cardio, then you can jump this if you'd like to. If you want to jump it, you're just going to jump out and sit down into the center, exactly the same. But this works as a really great exercise for control. And like I said, making sure you are the master of your own destiny here, really making sure that you are spearheading your own results in your own journey. You're not just turning up and going through the movements. You're really planting that foot down, driving down through those glutes as you touch down. Well done, okay? Because that is how you're going to see those results much quicker, and they're going to be much longer lasting. Okay, that's my promise to you. We're going to do the V-walks. We're standing in the back of our workspace. Narrow stance. Okay, you got all the feels. Let's go. Out, out, back in, out and out, back in. Good job. I love a little bit of a coordination move. I know you know that I love that. I do love the coordination. Brilliant work. If you are new to my sessions, if this is the first one you've ever done, these are normally recorded live, and then they are normally live streams, let's say that. They're normally live streamed, and then they get packaged up and set for members on the VIP level of the channel membership. Take a little rest, well done. So if you're liking this and you think, oh, how am I on 41, session 41, where are the other 40? They are in the members area. You can become a member and you can enjoy 40 others of these and 41 others of my Tuesday metabolic conditioning sessions. So go and have a little look, click on the join button and you can have a little look. And you can see, let's do that deadlift, how much good stuff there is for you on this channel. Aside from all of my other workouts, by the way, there's loads and loads and loads and loads of free workouts. There is a playlist for September that you can get your teeth into as well. Just updated some more videos onto there. Working through that deadlift, push those heels into the floor. Good job. And if you already know about my channel and you enjoy these workouts, then make sure you let somebody know. Okay, share the love. Let them know, help me, help me, help me and help them all at the same time. Such a helper. Thank you so much in advance. Take a little rest. Well done. That was the last one of those. We are now coming through our last round. You are doing amazingly. You have such staying power. You are amazing. You are committed. Let's get this done together. It's that lateral raise with the isometric hold. It's the exercise that I dread each time, but I put it in because it's good for you. Okay, it's good for me and it's good for you. So let's get it done. Don't overly grip those weights. okay? Sometimes you're like, oh, I'm just gonna grip the weights. If you overly grip the weights, you're most likely clenching through that jaw as well. We don't want that. We don't want that. Okay, well done. Good job. Keep those arms coming up and coming down. You are doing so well. Tummy nice and tight. Is it? Yes, it is. Good. Just a little check. Always good to have a little form check. How's the head positioning doing? Are you straight up? You're not putting the head forwards here. No, excellent, well done. Take a little rest, fantastic. Let's do that squat with a forward swing. Almost there, almost there. Let's just be really focused for the next few minutes. Nice deep breath in, we're gonna squat, we're gonna push those weights forward in 2, 1, let's go. Push and stand, push and stand. We're doing it. We're doing it together, aren't we? This is the thing. This is the thing about working out. Sometimes it can feel really lonely if you're just on your own journey, okay? You can feel like you're the only one doing it. But you know what? Here, there's loads of us. We have many subscribers, many members, and no matter what your status is on this channel, you are one of us. And we're all just working together for health, for well-being, take a little rest, well done, for fitness, for confidence, for resilience, so many reasons to be here, okay? So I wanna thank you as well for staying with me, because it's really, really, really important that you know you're not alone, okay? Let's get going with this arm press, shall we? Arms are up, palms are facing, let's go, twist and push, coming back down, not letting those elbows drop. So what I'm not doing is coming back down here again and then curling up. So keeping those elbows nice and high, which just keeps that additional little bit of engagement through the arms. Good job. So again, keeping that head and neck position just where it needs to be. Okay, keep those ears in line with the shoulders. Imagine you're wearing a pair of really long dangly earrings and they're just brushing down on the shoulders there. That's how you know that your head's in the right position, because we don't all have mirrors, do we, to have a little look. If you do have a mirror, do take a little look, take a little rest, well done. But if you don't have a mirror, don't worry, you don't need one. You can just imagine, yep, those ears are in line with shoulders, here I am, we're not here, and we're not too far back here, okay. Down onto your back, weights come up overhead. Remember, you know where you are if you're seated or a standing position. Here we go, so tapping those heels, 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 stretching out the legs if you want to, and you can have them fully straight here if you would like to, as long as you can keep that back pushed into the ground. Okay, or somewhere in between is also absolutely fine. So it depends where you want to work. It depends now how much you've got left in the tank, how much you want to push it. But don't forget you're holding those weights, okay? Keep those weights up. Do not just get distracted and drop them, because that is never going to end well. Okay, hold on to them. Don't overly grip them. Be aware of what you're doing. Take a little rest. Well done. You have those intrusive thoughts though, don't you, that go, what happens if I just let go of this weight right now? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't let go of the weights. We're going to go back to our dead bug with the weights. Arms come up overhead. I've got my palms facing my knees. Knees are bent. And let's go, stretching out one side and then the other. Really being the master of your breath here. As the weight comes back here, about here, it gets really heavy. It just wants to get down to the ground. It is all about you and your muscles from stopping that from happening. So if you can only bring your weight to here, that's absolutely fine, okay? If you start to really feel that through the core or through the arm, and you think, actually, that doesn't feel good, then just bring it to where you feel good, where you know you can get it back from, okay? And you'll work on your confidence over time. 2, 1, take a rest, fantastic work. Okay, last 2 exercises here. If you need more time to get back up to your feet, please remember, you can pause, okay? You can pause and then you can get back up to your feet whenever you want to, whenever you need to. Let's get those feet nice and wide, weights in front. We're gonna hammer 2 overhead press. If you need to change those weights, please feel free to do that. Hammer, overhead press, coming back down, and let's go again. So we're just really knitting these 3 exercises into one here, the squat, the hammer press, and the overhead press. They're nice and seamless. So really nice, complex exercise here. Great for the body, really highly functional, using lots of different movements all in the same space. And by functional, I mean it has a high crossover into day-to-day life. Take a little rest. Well done. Last little thing. Let's do it. Let's do that reverse lunge to the front raise. And then let's be pleased to be done and into our cool down. We're going to work to that reverse lunge, front raise. So I've got my palms facing the ground as I bring my arms up. Let's go. So I've gone back to my lighter weights here for this exercise. I do love a front raise. There's a few different ways that we do a front raise here on this channel. And if I can add it into another exercise, then I often will, because it makes it much more tricky, more difficult. Okay, but challenge is good. Challenge equals change. Okay, not just in a physical sense, but if you start to challenge yourself to do things that are hard, then you start to realize that it's okay to do hard things. It's okay to step outside of that comfort zone just for a moment. Take a little rest. And to know that you are safe to do that, okay? Nobody is here to judge you. Nobody's here to say, yeah, that was okay, but you know, you could do a little more. It is great for you to build that confidence knowing that you've done the best that you can do. Let us stretch. Let's get into our cool down, our last little bit. 3 stretches here for you. First of all, we're just going to do a nice simple side stretch. So up and over the top, stretching through this lengthened side here as we take a few breaths in and out. Well done. Really thinking about your side muscles as you're stretching over, switching sides. Thinking about what you did well today. Thinking about what positive improvements you have made since your last workout. And that might be something even tiny, like being ready for the next exercise on time. Okay, not eating into that actually work rate time. So instead of taking the extra second or 2 to get yourself ready, you're already ready. Let's bring out the arms nice and wide as if you're about to give somebody a nice big hug, and then bringing the elbows into your waist, squeeze those shoulder blades, coming out and squeeze. Yes, oh, feeling that lovely stretch through the upper back, through the shoulders. Making sure that you're not pushing the head out as you're stretching through, so I'm not giving myself a chicken neck. Well done, one more. Lovely work. And the last little thing we're going to do is we're just going to do a nice long lunge here. I'm going to drop the knee down and I'm just going to give my hips a little stretch here, little hip flexor stretch. You can do a standing quad stretch if you prefer, which is where you're just going to stand and just going to pull your heel to your bottom, put your knees together and push your hips. You've done that a million times on this channel. I know you have. You're so good at doing that. Well done. Let's switch sides while we're down here. We're just going to push into those hips, bringing the arms up and over. So really feeling that stretch in the front of that bent leg. Well done, stretching out through the abs here as well. And take the rest that you need. You can cool down for as long as you like. It's totally up to you if you have your own stretches that you like to do as well, or go on to do another stretchy video if you have the time as well, then that is great. Please just take the time to give yourself a big well done and a congratulations and a well done for being here. And thank you so much. Next time I see you, I will know what's happened to my wrist and I'll be able to give you a little update. I will be on the channel on Tuesday, all being well. I will be live streaming on Tuesday, okay? We're gonna be doing a little from the vault segment, okay? So I'm gonna be with you live, you're gonna see my face, I'm gonna talk to you in real time, and then we will be doing a session that I've already done from the vault from many years ago, probably. I'm not quite sure which one it's going to be yet, but if you're going to be interested to join me for that, I'll be here on Tuesday at midday for that, and I'll be with you on the live chat for you members as well. So I cannot wait to see you then. And if that is it, if you are happy and you are finished, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and a comment and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you at the next one. Take care.